Figure I'll do update real quick. Let me step out so you guys can hear me. Clearly working on the lighting. I don't know where I left off YouTube video wise, but I'm pretty sure I didn't record any of this, so we'll just start fresh on this whole ordeal here. So long story short, I think it was Christmas Eve, it started acting up on her. AFRs were extremely lean. It was popping and banging and not really want to get out of its own way for her. And yeah, it was just acting really weird. And it was a terrible coincidence because the day or the night before, I had put a kill switch on it that controls a fuel pump. And so I pulled up on her and, you know, out in the cold and rain, trying to diagnose and figure this thing out. Went through 2 fuel pressure gauge tests, kits, and got nowhere, honestly. It didn't even read any pressure. So I'm not gonna bother now, but before I just couldn't get it to read any pressure. I was using the test port and all of that stuff and just really wasn't coming up with nothing. And I really wanted those numbers to see if it was losing fuel pressure, because this truck is mostly factory, guys. So like, things are starting to, you know, go out and need to be taken care of and stuff like that. I mean, it's a 2003, so it makes sense. And then she drives this thing as it's supposed to be driven for the most part. So, you know, that just add wear and tear on it. So, anyways, you know, there's just, when it comes down to that, you have a multitude of things that could be wrong with it. So, I was just trying to, you know, get some data to go off of and to move forward. And I really wish that I would have been paid more attention to this thing. So I apologize to the truck and her, because this is slightly my fault. This thing, when you would start it up, would make NOx gas pretty nasty. And for those who don't know, when a truck is lean or running lean and there's a lack of fuel, in general, it smells like it's very rich, and it's nauseating and makes your eyes water, and it's really strong. Just permeates your clothes, all kind of stuff. And this truck has always done that since I've known it. And I didn't really pay much attention to it because I know that it's been tuned. And I just assumed that whoever tuned it just didn't do it right and injection timing was off, and I was wrong. This thing was starving for fuel and have been starving for fuel, but not entirely though. So AFRs would be decent and be okay, and it would drive fine, but it was still lack of fuel. So what I thought and just assumed was that it was the fuel pump. So do some research, and I had already bought a fuel pump for this truck, you know, just to upgrade it for, because I wanted to do bolt-ons and E85 on this thing. And so I went ahead and threw that in. Now these trucks are a dual pump single tank setup. So it's 2 strapped together. They're like 255s or whatever, and both of them worked. So I was like, shoot, well, I'm already here and I have an upgraded one for her. I'm gonna put it in anyway. So what I did was I kept the Y setup. I kept one 255 and I added in her 450. So more fuel delivery there. That's good to go and whatnot. And then today, because yesterday, Christmas Day, parts stores were closed, so I was stuck with this thing. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get ahead. And also on this thing, you'll see the wheel is off over on this side. It had a wheel seal issue pretty bad, so it was leaking gear oil, slinging it all over the brakes and everything, just trashing everything in the whole backside of the wheel. I was trying to clean it. It's over here. Terrible attempt. Yeah, it didn't come off very well at all, so that's just how it's gonna have to be. And so with that being said, the reason why I was going through all of that to do that and replace that is because she bought a new set of wheels for it. So I didn't want her new wheels to get ruined by that wheel seal. Like her brakes, I think, have possibly been ruined because they're contaminated, but I tried to clean them up. We'll see what happens because I literally just put those on. So that sucks, but it is what it is. But anywho, I did that, well, tried to do that yesterday since parts stores was closed. And then the wheel seal, because I had ordered the parts for, I ordered everything off of Rock Auto for the most part for this thing, and the wheel seal was incorrect. So today I went and able to get the right one. I have the diff cover back on. It is sealed. There's no fluid in it, but it's back sealed up. I have fluid, so give that time to cure because I just RTV'd it and then throw it all together. But now once she puts her new wheels on, she doesn't have to worry about them getting tore up and getting all nasty and dirty and whatnot. And so also today I got a fuel filter and I replaced the fuel pressure regulator. The fuel filter is inlined in the frame rail right next to, so the tank is about here, fuel filter is about right here. And then your fuel pressure regulator is that guy right down there. It's held in by a snap ring. And then you just grab some pliers and pull it out. It's got a vacuum line on top of it, don't break it. I just went ahead and replaced all of them because that's a common issue, I guess, on these things: fuel pump, regulator, and filter. And the filter looked like it had never been changed. Now, when I pulled the filter off to take it with me, along with the wheel seal to get new ones and replacements to make sure it was the right one, I brought the filter over here and I went to drain it out so I could put it in my truck and not have fuel all in my truck. And it looked disgusting. It looked very, very bad. I'm not gonna lie. It looked pretty nasty. And then the regulator, it had a tint to the screen mesh that it had on it. And so they definitely probably never been replaced, so that was good. And I believe those two things are what solved my problem, because what this thing would do is as it idled up and as it got warm, it would go lean, and then it would stay lean, or you know, it would just gradually make its way over. So I've had this running for a while. We're sitting pretty good right now, and like I said before, the numbers were fine, but there had to have been a lack of pressure because this thing used to have this garage smelling so bad. Like, there's no way I could have been in here and talked to you guys like this with this thing running. And it's been running for a good bit now, and it's been staying good. Like, literally, when I limped this thing home, it was like 16, 17. And it would just gradually, slowly make its way up leaner and leaner as I drove, and the longer that it ran. And she's doing pretty good right now. I gave it a couple throttle whacks and it came back down to where it's at about right now. So I think she is okay and good now. So I'm gonna say that it was either the regulator or the fuel filter. I'm just glad that it's figured out now because there was no codes for this thing. So that was a fun thing to figure out. But yeah, so we got that done. I have some upper control arms for it because the upper ball joints are destroyed on this thing. So I'm gonna compare what I bought, make sure they're the right ones, and if they are, I'll go ahead and swap those out as well. Just try to get ahead on this thing as much as we can, since you know I can't drive it. It can't go anywhere with no dip fluid. It's gonna stay like this for a while. So try to catch up on all the maintenance and make it as nice as I can before her wheels show up, because I already know when the wheels get here, she's gonna want them on. So gotta hurry up and get this thing ready to go, and then honestly just get it back driving so she can have her truck back. Thankfully it's a holiday, so you know there's no need to be ripping and running and working and stuff like that, but that means that the pressure is on me to get it done now. So that's all I've been working on since Christmas Eve. No updates on this. I tried drilling the crank. That thing is impossible dang near. I have a idea that I'm gonna do to still pin it. It just won't be as pinned as I want it to be. It's gonna be like probably half pinned. I'm gonna cut the pins in half and pieces and shove them in there as far as I got drilled in, and then just throw the bolt on. I'm over it, dude. I've been trying to drill that thing for freaking ever. So that's pretty much that on that. Still no supercharger. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. So we're gonna call it there. I'll probably give it to you guys when it's all said and done and I've been able to drive it on the road and see how it does. But just figured I'd give you guys an update. I know it's been a minute, but really been chilling. I don't know if I told you guys about this thing. I canceled my trip home. I'm supposed to be in Texas right now, but I hooked up the trailer and I wasn't a fan of how she felt. Still working with the tuner on that. I don't know if it is a tune or if it's a transmission finally calling it quits. I tried to drop off the spare one to get ready to go in, and they're closed for the holidays until the 5th of January, so not much I can really do. Drives fine. It drives fine, but the shifts are just not as confident as I would like them to be, so I'm not going to risk going all the way to Texas at 17, 18 hours and getting stranded somewhere because the transmission gets hot and I have a trailer that I cannot just unhook and leave. So yeah, more to come on that, but it's pretty much all I got going on. I will get my butt to work and I will catch y'all later.